Hello my loves, welcome back to Burning Times Tarot. This is Jenny, world's worst astrologer, but not a bad tarot reader. So today's video is going to be for the December 18th/19th full moon in Gemini. And as I always try to emphasize, there's a lot happening astrologically at the moment that I am terrible at explaining. But I find Molly McCord, she is on YouTube. She's brilliant. She talks about astrology, but it's like through the lens of, like, I guess, soul evolution perspective, but with some psychology mixed in. That very much speaks to me. So she's brilliant. I have no affiliation with her. She has no idea who I am. I've just have found her channel really informative and really educational. And Esoteric Sky as well, like, you know, he approaches it from, I guess from both as well, like a more earthly perspective, but also looking at it on like a more macro level and an intuitive level. So yeah, again, no affiliation. I've just found both of those channels very helpful. So if any of you are interested in learning more about astrology or just deepening your knowledge on it, those are two channels that I really love. So anyways, we're gonna get into it because I'm gonna try and stay a bit more concise with this one. So I'm gonna be doing my good old Rider-Waite, the Starseed Oracle, Loteria, and the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. But actually, one thing that I wanted to bring up before I start the reading, a card that I've really been meditating on because it's the holiday season, is the Five of Pentacles. And you can see, like, these are two people who are out in the cold. And there's like this warmth and community inside that they don't have access to. And I wanted to talk about it because, you know, I think for any of us who have grown up, maybe have had difficult upbringings, difficult family circumstances, or, you know, just have some sort of maybe trauma around holidays. You know, it's okay to have mixed feelings at this time of year, and it's not always just, you know, joy and happiness for everyone, and even though you might really want it to be. And so for anyone who is struggling right now or is maybe trying to, you know, figure out a way to create that for themselves and, you know, allow themselves to really, you know, if you want to really enjoy the spirit of the season, whatever it means to you personally. I just wanted to extend that message that it is okay. It's okay to have trauma around it. I have trauma around holidays. I have trauma around my own birthday. It doesn't, but I'm figuring out ways to not let it block me from enjoying them. Yeah, sorry, just completely went blank there for a second. I'm in a bit of a trance again. I usually am when I make these, but I think for me personally, sometimes I end up putting so much pressure on myself to make the most of the holiday or the occasion that I end up ruining it for myself, because by the time it comes around, I'm so stressed out, I'm in full fight or flight and I can't function, and so I end up missing out on like what I could have done if I had just let things be what they are. And so that's what I'm really finding is the more I do that, the more, and okay, again, I keep, for the solstice, I'm doing a fucking long video because I have some shit I need to talk about, and one of them is the thing about receptivity that I keep alluding to, but that's like such a big discussion and I'm trying to keep this short. But yes, it's a big part of it is about receptivity and, you know, allowing, as I said, just allowing things to be what they are, whether that's, you know, good or bad, just kind of being able to accept that whatever happens, you can handle it, and you're not trying to stage manage, you know, everything in your life, because that is And that's something I'm still learning, is like how to relinquish that control, because you're not actually, you know, the only effect it usually ends up having is a negative one. And so I guess in that sense you're controlling it, but on the other hand, you know, you can't control everything that happens around you, and so you may as well just, as I said in the previous video, get to a place where you know that whatever comes, you can handle it, but you're not constantly trying to write the script, and you're not constantly, and it's funny that I'm saying this as a tarot reader, but someone who's not constantly trying to, you know, foretell the future. Because for me, I always say tarot is not necessarily, it's not necessarily about reading your future, it's about reading your present, right? Because energies are constantly in flux, and so it's really like a snapshot of a moment in time, but it's still, we still have free will, we still have free choice. And so, pardon me. And so, we can still, you know, nothing, if you get a reading, it doesn't mean that that's set in stone and that's like your fate and you can't, you know, there's no changing it. We always have a choice. This is basically, to me, tarot is really about deepening your understanding about what energies you're in so that you can better, you know, yeah, understand them, process them, and rise to meet them. So, anyways, with that out of the way, I'm going to put this back in the deck. We're going to start the reading, because Jenny knows how to be concise. Jenny knows how to show up. No, she doesn't, and I'm not going to. But, yeah. What's the word I'm looking for besides concise? I don't know. But, yeah. I know how to be to the point. Let's just say that, right? Sorry, I do like shuffling loudly. So, sorry, don't mean to blow your ears up. Okay. That definitely wanted to come out. Fucking hell, that's okay. Just keep going. Alright, that's way too many. Oh, no. Hold on. Okay. All right. Haha. A lot of, we've got a bit of everything, I guess. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups. Is it going to focus today? Yes, it looks like it is. Okay. Hold on. I need one more. Okay. All right, so as I said, starting with Seven of Cups, right? So you are, I mean, something is happening. Like, there's definitely, I'm feeling like this real expansion of energy, of like mentality, thought patterns. Okay, sorry. I noticed that the Nine of Cups is the bottom of the deck energy, but it was in the reverse, but I can't remember if I put them back correctly or not. So I'm just going to take it as upright because it feels like it wants to be upright. It landed reversed. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of expansion. I feel like, you know, a lot of things are starting to become more clear, and a lot of you are really like starting to get a handle on some kind of balance, or just really being able to, like, learning how to be less bogged down in day-to-day stuff. Like, I mean, we all still have all the normal day-to-day shit that we need to do, but I'm getting this sense of like, yeah, you do it, but everything feels like a little bit lighter and airier, even though these are cups. But that, you're able to just go through them and not get bogged down in them, because you're able to like keep your mind and your spirit on like something more fulfilling, more fun, and just occupy your mind with like much happier thoughts. And I mean, this is definitely, for some of you, a lot of options. So just be mindful in terms of like what you're choosing, and really, start or continue, deepen listening to your gut and your instincts, and like really just being guided by that. So then we have the Six of Pentacles, and I was actually going to point out, this is the card that comes after the 5, right? So in the 4, you have 4 of Pentacles, you have the man that's like holding the coins, right? Like he's gripping them all, he's holding on super tight, and so he loses it all. And that's when you have the 5 of Pentacles, right? Out in the cold, destitute, and that can mean financially, it can mean emotionally, spiritually, like it can mean all kinds of things, depending on your situation. But then after this we have the 6, right? They do come in from the cold. They do experience that sense of love and care and community and warmth and compassion. And so, in this depiction, it's a card of generosity, but it is also a card of reciprocity, right? Because you have the Pentacles, they're over his head, but they're also over their heads as well, right? So like they've received this generosity, but they're going to repay it, in some way. And it's followed, and then after that you have the 7, which is like the man at the workbench, not at the workbench, the man who is like growing these pentacles and watching them, and he's just sort of admiring them. And it's so these people, now that they've received this helping hand, they're going to take what they've been given and make something out of it, and add something good that is for everyone's benefit, right? And that's ultimately hopefully what we all want to do, right? But then that's followed by the Queen of Cups in reverse, which is interesting because I talked a lot about the Queen of Cups in the last reading. And so I feel for a lot of you, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just feel like you might be, you're focusing on your bag. Like we have 3 pentacles out of these. And then, 2 cups. We still have the 2 cups, but like, it's just this is very much more to me about ideas and about, really it's like passion, ideas, putting them into practice, into making them manifest in the physical, right? Like taking things that are just in the 5D and physically manifesting them in the 3D. And so, emotionally, you still have like a bunch of stuff going on, but it's kind of taking a back seat right now. You're just kind of like, I you're not necessarily ignoring it, but you're just kind of saying, you know what, like, I have other things I need to focus on. And it really is, but from a non-egoic place, from a traumatized place, not ignoring your emotions, not burying them, not denying them, but just allowing them, as I said, to take a back seat, to not be driven by them, and to take that lightness that I spoke about earlier and that calmness, and really use that to move through life right now, and just focus on manifesting the life that you want for yourself, and knowing that through doing that you are becoming the person that you want to be. And so we have the Page of Wands again. And so, yeah, it's this, you know, through this increased stability, I feel a lot of you are starting to get in touch with that passion and have like more creative ideas and really, you know, wanting to put yourself out in the world again and really show yourself and create something meaningful for yourself. And for a lot of you, this is still maybe in the idea stages or the beginning stages, but it's forming and it's going to happen, because I mean we're ending with the Knight of Pentacles. Like the Page of Pentacles in reverse just did not feel right for like the energy I was getting, and so sure enough, we have the Knight of Pentacles ending. But first, we have the Seven of Swords reversed. So again, this is really like you are ready to be seen. You're ready to stop like hiding yourself away, to really not be afraid to just be genuine and be yourself. Because, you know, the Seven of Swords upright is a card of deceit, generally speaking. And it is known as the infidelity card as well. So some of you are ending relationships so that you're not being deceitful or unfaithful. And the Seven of Swords reversed is really saying like you're ready to be seen. You're ready to open up and be honest about like who you are and how you feel and what you think. Because, and I mean, and that goes back to last week's, you know, King of Wands, Queen of Wands energy is just like, I'm here and I'm me, and so get with it or get the fuck out, basically, right? So this isn't quite as demonstrative as that, but it's you know, again, it's like these are kind of like newer energies, but they're there and they're I'm gonna say it there a few more times. They are solidifying, crystallizing, right? So then we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So there are still some delays. There's still some blocks for some of you where, you know, this is all starting to fall into place, but whether this is, you know, something within yourself or just circumstances that are beyond your control, you know, as I said, even when you have a reversed card, it's not always like this super negative thing. It means that this is the energy that's in your sphere, right? So you may have some things that you need to still work through, but like this is still the energy that's around you, and you are going to come into it. And to prove it, we have, you know, the Knight. So we're still going from the Page to the Knight. And the Knight of Pentacles, you know, that is heavy earth energy. So it is very slow moving. He's the most pensive of the knights. And I think it's the only black horse of the knights. So yeah, it's very, you know, it's slow, it's methodical, it's patient, and it's persevering. And so yeah, I mean, this isn't going to happen overnight, but the Knight of Pentacles always ends up getting to where he's going. Or I should say they. I try to be more gender neutral with the cards because, as I always say, these are energies. It doesn't refer to a person's specific gender expression. So just because... So yeah, I'm just trying to, like, you know, I grew up with this deck, so I'm sort of still breaking down some of that in my head. But anyways, the Knight of Pentacles always gets to where they're going, right? And again, it might feel sometimes very plodding, very like slow moving and incredibly fucking frustrating, but it's still forward progress, it's still moving, it's still on its way to where it's going to be. They are still on their way to where they are going to be. So, not to worry, because it is taking shape. You just, you know, it's basically, to me, just saying, like, stay the course, you're heading in the right direction. So, let us, what shall I do next? Yeah, we'll do angels and ancestors. So again, pardon me if I'm like tripping over my words or going on little tangents, trying to keep them under control. It's not easy for me because if you hadn't noticed, I'm a talker. I like to talk. Okay, I have to say with the eagle, by the way, so I am going to do my music oracle at the end of this. Damn it. Sorry, I just remembered a bunch of stuff I meant to say at the start of the video, but I'll get to it at the end. Yeah, I think I've added like at least 100 more songs since my last video. And but seeing the eagle, I've had Birdsong by Maya stuck in my head a lot lately, and so, and eagles have been coming up a lot lately as well, and so do you want one more? You do. Okay. Fucking hell. Alright. She asked for one, she gets two. Okay. That's just how it is. Like I said, I'm trying to be concise. Spirit doesn't always want me to be concise, okay? So yeah, Birdsong by Maya. I love that song. There's two, so there's like two, I'm gonna put a link to it in the description, but there's two different mixes. There's like a Blaqstarr remix and a Diplo remix. And I do like both, but if I had to choose, it'd be the Blaqstarr one. So yeah, that song just totally popped in my head when I saw the eagle card. So we have eagle, see from a higher perspective. So again, it's that light, what I was saying, the lightness, right? The airiness. So yeah, just try and kind of like take a more macro perspective, just sort of like float above things. And again, that's, you know, it's that, okay, I don't know if I'm just making up this term, but like a compassionate detachment. So, you know, not detachment in, as I said, like a cold way or like a dissociated way, but I guess in like a more Taoist way where you're just sort of like in the flow of things, but you're not getting super attached to like trying to write the script or you know, forcing certain outcomes. You're just sort of letting things be what they are. And so then we have winter. Take care of your needs, and you know, and wolf spirit, which is perfect. I mean, we're in winter in the northern hemisphere, obviously, and it really is about like going within and taking this time. So you know, you have all these things that you're working on and ready to put out. And so as you begin to do that, or as you begin to clear the way to start doing that, really, you know, again, this goes back to receptivity. To what are your needs? What do you need? What would make you happy? What things fulfill you? What comforts you? What makes you feel better after a hard day? You know, do those things for yourself. Give those things to yourself. And this is something I'm still learning, but teach yourself how to love yourself. And in doing that, when you create that space for yourself and you give yourself that care and compassion, it creates an energy around you that I think demonstrates for others how to treat you. And so it naturally attracts those to you who will respect that and who will do that. And it, you know, helps to create distance with those who won't or can't. And sorry, it just went blank again. Because it is true. I think like you can certainly love people and be incredibly loving and giving without loving yourself. Like, that is true. But when you do that, then it's often coming from a place of trauma or codependency, or, you know, no one could really love me, so I'll settle for being needed. You know, or that being needed is the same as being loved. And so when you are able to break out of that and really start to love yourself in a genuine way, then again, you're creating a space for others to do the same. And you are creating space within yourself to give to others in a way that is more loving and more grounded, because it's not coming out of a place of like panic, or, you know, if I don't do this, then they won't love me, or they'll stop loving me. And so that's why the sun after this, that's such a beautiful message, and it's enjoy, success, and happiness. And so again, the sun it's the solar plexus chakra, which, you know, is about like the formation of the ego, of our self-image, of our self-confidence. And yeah, you can, you know, it's enjoy, success, and happiness. You can create a lot of success in your life in various ways, whether it's like financial or through relationships. You can create like an outward image of success in the material, but still not be in a place spiritually or emotionally where you can actually enjoy it, or where it actually brings you happiness or fulfillment, because you're cut off from yourself in some way. And so what you're manifesting doesn't fully align with who you are at your core. But this is what's starting to happen for you, and this is really, really beautiful. So then we have Broken Arrow, which is funny because, so on my Instagram account, which is Burning Times Tarot, and I'm also on Facebook, I do post pick a cards. They're supposed to be Mondays. They have been Tuesdays, but I'm going to get better about posting them on Mondays. So I do a weekly pick a card, which includes a song from the Music Oracle. And the one from this week, or one of the piles, was Broken Arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. And so, as I said, in that one, like, I'm getting, you know, I get Wounded Warrior energy from this. And for a lot of you, like, you have been fighting a lot of these circumstances, or working, you know, doing shadow work, and really like starting to work through the roots of some of your maybe self-destructive patterns or behaviors or ways of thinking. And, you know, so you're finally getting like that increased clarity from the sun. And with Broken Arrow, it's like, okay, you know, I'm done fighting myself. I'm done fighting my own mind. I'm done fighting my spirit. I'm done fighting what I truly am, and who I truly am, and what I truly want. And so you're finally allowing yourself some peace and some stillness, and just really finally being able to sit in that stillness and hear what comes to you in that moment. Because when you don't give yourself that moment, when you don't when you didn't even know you needed that moment, you know, how do you connect then? And a lot of us, you know, I lived my life in a state of complete disconnection for several years, and finally coming back to myself, I just know I will never go back. I will never go back to that. And I feel like a lot of you feel the same way, and I really hope you do, because we need you. You know, if everyone could have that moment with themselves and really find their true path and their true calling, this would be a very different world. You know, and that's not anything to do with like what your day job is. You know, people, we do live in a world, people still need to make money, but just gotta eat, right? So it's not, you know, it's not always about what you do outwardly or like how you make your money. It's about how you live your life and the kind of person you want to be. And so, you know, and again, coming back to birds, great teacher. And, you know, embrace the energy of peace. Well, here's the dove. And just as I said about that feeling of lightness and seeing things from a higher perspective, it's learned from spiritual experiences. And so, as I said, like you're really starting to embrace this and start this journey in earnest, and things are taking shape for you. Like you can see here in the background, everything is all just sort of brown, like it's blank, but then around the god damn it, around the dove, you can see like the other, you know, god damn it, the 5D is starting to break through. It's starting to take shape. It's starting to come into focus. And it's all starting to make sense. Oh my god, okay. Seriously, I started out in a trance, but it's definitely gotten a lot heavier. So, very, very strong energy coming through from you. And as I said previously, you know, just by the simple act of watching, there is an energy. Oh my god, I can't talk. There is an energy exchange that happens. And so, yes, I would like if you subscribed. I would like if you liked the videos or commented, or followed me on social media. I would very much like that for my personal gain, yes. But aside from that, it is also an energy exchange. And as a reader, you know, because these are general readings, it's overwhelming but also really beautiful to tap into these energies, because I can feel them, and I hope you're watching because you can feel mine, and there is an even exchange, and you know, you like my energy because, I mean, that's why I watch readers, because they resonate with me, right? Okay, again, I knew this was going to come out. I'm telling you, I knew this one was going to come out. Did I pick that up wrong? I did. What the okay. So, La Sirena, which was also in my pick a card. And I don't know why, I just knew this one was going to come out again. So, just like the Queen of Cups reversed, it's, you know, you have a goal, you have something in mind, you have something in your sights. So don't, you know, don't let your emotions kind of take over. Just try and keep that higher perspective, as we were talking about, as I was talking about, and you know, in the pick a card, I said in one of the piles, like, trying to just ride the wave instead of being consumed by the fear of being overwhelmed by it, being swept up in it. And so La Sirena is really like, yeah, just try and maintain that equilibrium. And then another in reverse, right? So again, it's that, okay, sorry. Broken arrow. It's the broken arrow, right? So yeah, you've been a soldier. Okay, I've got another song. You've been a soldier, but you're ready to put down your weapon, to drop your guard, literally, drop your guard, and just start being more transparent, being more honest, and really like getting in touch, and not just with other people, with yourself, right? First and foremost, with yourself. Really getting in touch with how you're feeling. Like I said, a lot of times, like, you know, when you've been disconnected from your emotions or your feelings for a long time, it might take you, you know, it might take you some, or maybe that's just how you are, even when you are connected to them. It might take you a little bit of time to process them, to really kind of say, okay, well, how am I feeling right now? And it is about, you know, just like with meditating, it's a muscle, and you have to exercise it. And the more that you do, the easier it gets, right? It's like spiritual muscle memory, I guess. I like that. Should I copyright that? It gets easier with time, but it takes that initial effort, right? But you're doing it, like, you're finally just putting down the burden of like who you're supposed to be, or what you should and shouldn't show to the world. I feel like that will resonate really strongly with someone. But yeah, just really putting that down and getting in touch with what you really feel inside. And then you have those paraguas in reverse. So, you know, a lot of you, like, you're in uncharted territory, right? You don't know where the fuck you are. You've never been here. And your compass is spinning. But it's where you need to be right now. It's what you need to go through to, you know, the only way out is through. It's what you need to do in order to get to the other side of this and really get to that more grounded place. So yeah, you might feel like you're just kind of in the storm right now without much shelter, but you are progressing, and it is going to get easier. And I find it interesting as well that it's number 5, because, you know, 5s in tarot, it is about conflict, it is about tension, aside from the Hierophant, which, you know, is the Taurus card, but all the 5s in tarot, aside from the Hierophant, are cards of conflict. But then, you know, 6 is the number of love. And so you have to get through that tension and that conflict in order to come out the other side and to get to that loving place, right? And so then we have El Venado, the deer. And I feel like this is kind of a dual message, because on the one hand, El Venado, sorry, I cannot talk right now. El Venado is like, it's about adaptability, about awareness, about quickness. So as I said in the previous video about, like, when you are really in touch with your emotions, you can respond in real time to things, because you are able to just be tapped into that without having to, I guess, stop and process, because you're not shutting down. And so again, this is like where you're going to get to once you get through this storm. You are going to get to this place where like you can be alert and aware, but not in like a paranoid way, you know, not acting out of trauma where you're constantly expecting to be hurt or injured or attacked in some way. It's just about that very gentle sort of knowing and awareness. But it, to me, El Venado is also just, it is like the card of fight or flight to me, and that's just a very personal thing for me as a reader. But I do think it is as well just that reminder of like staying, again, she's gonna say it, staying grounded and centered, and you know, finding ways when you do want to like resort back to that response, like figuring out ways that can help you to get out of that, or get out of that more quickly, because again, it's not about being perfect, but just you know, really being able to think through those moments and come out the other side like in a much healthier way, and not going into that mode of like shutting down and not really like being able to function. So it's really beautiful. Okay, Starseed Oracle. Oh, the songs. So yeah, seeing El Soldado and Broken Arrow, they're all Maya songs too, which, I mean, I fucking love her. She's like probably my most like long-standing celebrity crush, and I just fucking love her music. And if you haven't seen the documentary about her, I think it's just called Maya, it's brilliant. But yeah, the songs pull up the people, because there's like a line where she keeps saying, I'm a fighter on this road. And you know, I mean, even her name is MIA, like you know, I won't get into her whole story, but I resonate with her a lot. I think she might be an anti-vaxxer though, which is very disappointing, but aside from that, I have a lot of respect for her. And then what was the other one? Because there was another, oh, I said it's a muscle. And so, yeah, she does a cover, It Takes a Muscle. And it's, you know, the chorus is, it takes a muscle to fall in love. And to me, that's not just about like romantic love, it's about falling in love with life. You know, falling in love with yourself, because through that you can fall in love with life, because you have that openness and that receptivity, where you can actually allow yourself to enjoy things, because that's really a big part of being happy or being in love, is being able to actually accept it. Because we can give, you know, and again, it comes back to the cups energy, you know, you can't pour from an empty cup, and a lot of us have tried, but it's about sharing when your cup is already overflowing. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna sorry, the cup overflowing has like several meanings, but I need to get some more decks, because I do want to start doing, that was not even a shuffle, I don't know what the fuck that was. I want to start doing some 18 plus readings, but I need some more decks for that. I will have a link in my description box. My Venmo is Burning Tongues Tarot. If anyone would like to help me get some more decks, it would be greatly appreciated. Any donations that are made will go straight back into getting better equipment, getting more decks, getting more crystals, all the stuff that helps me to deliver these messages. So. Also, no, okay. get back to that later. I feel like we need one more. Am I being concise? I'm not at this. I've probably been going for a while now, huh? Okay. So we start with the Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. This is exactly what I've been talking about this whole time. So again, it's that Page of Pentacles energy. It's all starting to take shape. But then in the middle, right, we have the Void again, which I think came out in the last video. Stop. Embrace winter. We just had the winter card. Great cosmic wound. So again, like you're in the eye, you're in the storm, but it's for your benefit. You know, learn your lessons. Take on like whatever data you're being given by all of these experiences, integrate them, and then get ready to emerge a better version of you. And then a new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. That's just fucking beautiful. I mean, I feel like I say it every time, but I mean, I love when this happens because Spirit just, they know what to say. So I love that. And again, for any of you who are watching, thank you for watching. I hope these videos are resonating with you. I hope you're enjoying them. And just thank you for bringing such beautiful energy my way. And I hope the energy you're getting from me, you know, lifts you up as well. It's time. It's time. We're going to do the Music Oracle. I haven't gotten a new bag yet, but it's happening. Okay, these really want to come out together. Alright, so you got Glass Streets by TSOL, which is an instrumental, but to me it's just, there's something so nostalgic sounding about it. It just really sounds like looking back on something wistfully. Yeah, just that sense of, sorry, I had to check the time. That sense of like poignant nostalgia, you know, and it's winter, and so that is very much like the time for that. And of course, like the year is about to end, so I think a lot of you are probably looking back on, you know, especially with this like more expanded vision, you know, looking back on your life as a whole possibly, or just, you know, I talked before about the spiral and just those places in your life where you can see you were kind of being given the same lesson, like in a different form, and, you know, and hopefully each time in like a more elevated form, so that you could learn from it and integrate that and, you know, evolve as a person, as a being on this earth. And then we have Woman of Intention by Deap, Vally. And so to me, this is, you know, I was talking before about Queen of Wands energy, which like I am still definitely resonating with. I hope the rest of you are too, because it's a badass fucking energy to be in. And so this is very much like, you know, basically saying like, you can't do what I do, and you can't be who I am, and I'm gonna do that, and like, fuck off, basically. Because I mean, the song is like a fuck off song. So yeah, I love it. And then, okay, I'm gonna get one more after this, because this is, you know, this is Five of Pentacles energy for sure. It's Sickbed by Voluptuous Horror of Karen Black, and I've lived this song. And it is just that very like lonely and isolated place. And so for any of you that are feeling this during the holiday season, as I said, like my heart goes out to you. I send you a warm hug, because I've been there, and I really hope that this is the last holiday you ever have to spend in that energy. So we're gonna get one more card because we want to end this on a good note, right? What the fuck? Oh! So I forgot to mention at the start of the video, I'm in a different location because I am cat sitting for a friend of mine for a month, so all the next several videos of mine will be in the space. So I hope you like the kind of setup I've improvised here. She does have this amazing, oh, can you see it? Amazing leopard print chair, which I'm very happy to be doing my readings in. So let's see. Okay, it's Make Me Believe by Bobby Oroza, who I just saw live a few weeks, last month in November, and it's fucking great. Yeah, I was thinking of it as sad, but like it doesn't have to be, because you know, it might be more in that energy of like hopeful expectation, right? Like make me believe it. But not in like a, not necessarily in like a guarded way or an angry way, but just, yeah, like I'm ready to believe. I like that. We'll leave it there, right? So I hope you've enjoyed my video. As I said, likes, subscribes, follows are all very much appreciated. If you do subscribe, click the bell notification, otherwise you won't be notified when I post new videos. I am doing pick-a-cards on Instagram and Facebook every Monday or Tuesday. And I do like to just post random stuff in between as well, either just, you know, energies are resonating with me in the moment, because even when I'm not doing the readings, I feel like I'm still resonating with these other energies. So yeah, random thoughts, meditations on specific cards, you name it. Also, I meant to say, so I mentioned doing playlists, and I am having the worst fucking luck with so many technical things with this, but Spotify, both my email and the phone number that I used to originally set up my account do not exist anymore, and so I'm having a lot of trouble adding a Brain Times Tarot Spotify account to my account, so I'm gonna get that figured out so that I can start sharing the playlist with you, because I'm very excited to incorporate that aspect into the channel. So, as I said, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope that this full moon is illuminating and beautiful for you, and I'll see you in the next one, which is going to be very soon because it's going to be for the winter solstice. Bye.